European leaders are persisting in warning against any land concessions from Ukraine. Russia has openly praised President Donald Trump's efforts to bring the war to an end. However, the central question now becomes how far is the United States prepared to go in persuading the Kremlin, and at what cost, political or territorial, might such an agreement come from Kyiv? Joining us now to examine this evolving situation is Alec Kazman, Director of Protect Ukraine Now. Good evening.
Hi, good to be here.
My first question is, President Donald Trump has only just announced that he might be there for talks with Putin and Zelensky. Do you think that's a good thing that's happening?
Well, if President Trump is able to attend this meeting, it could be a good thing for sure. The thing that concerns us the most at the moment is that this meeting is highly unlikely to happen. And if it does, we'll yet to see of any meaningful results coming out of it. As you just mentioned, Lavrov, who is insisting on demilitarization of Ukraine, neutral status, and there are other concessions that Moscow continues to demand from Ukraine. A lot of it could be very difficult to agree to by Kyiv.
It seems now that the ball is in Moscow's court. Do you think that they're at a better advantage over Ukraine when it comes to the negotiations?
So obviously, Moscow would have to make concessions on their end. There's very little that Ukraine can do at this point. As far as advantage, I don't think Kyiv or US has much leverage. The reality on the ground is such that Putin is interested in continuing his aggression. The only realistic path to peace is actually a very simple principle. The war has to be more expensive for Russia than peace, and this is the only thing that is going to stop Russian aggression.
And could the decision to block Ukraine's use of US-supplied long-range missiles against Russian territory be interpreted as a calculated move to help with a peace deal?
Well, long-range capabilities by Ukraine are obviously necessary to hit oil refineries and other locations, transportation hubs, and other, again, strategic logistical locations for Russia. Definitely something Ukraine needs at the moment, and no doubts Russia is going to try to block it as much as they can. We're hopeful that they're not successful. As you can see, this is very painful for Russia when their oil refineries or other infrastructure is hit by Ukraine. And this works much better than sanctions.
But the fact that now the US is saying that they should not be using those particular missiles, do you think that is a tactful move by the US president to, try to appease Russia?
Well, American president changing his mind about 3-4 times a day. It was all seriousness. I think this is not a strong position, and we're going to see him change his view again. As Americans, we continue to insist that Ukraine must have the ability to hit Russia where it hurts. And again, just recently, President Trump made a very long post on his Truth Social, explaining in details his belief that two countries at war must have the same set of resources and same set of rules, and he was very clear that Ukraine must be able to hit the country aggressor on their territory.
And on Ukraine's Independence Day, President Zelensky received a letter from King Charles III, and in the letter it expressed Ukraine's courage and all that they've been able to accomplish. Why do you think the UK is such an important part of how Zelensky sees that relationship, in contrast to some other European nations?
I believe England was very bold in helping Ukraine. From Zelensky's perspective, I think England may have a little bit more leverage with President Trump, but also just like any partner country, they're important ally. They have been helping militarily and financially, and hopefully they will continue standing with Ukraine, just like the rest of Europe. And frankly, Europe altogether, they need to step up and provide more military assistance to Ukraine. At the moment, as been said many times, drones defined this war. And what's really needed the most from any ally willing to help Ukraine is investment in scaling that production of unmanned aircraft. They redefined this war. They move very quickly towards autonomous warfare. Both Russia and Ukraine are in competition for that leadership in technology. And I believe any country willing to support Ukraine, and not only Ukraine, but a free world, stand against authoritarian regimes like China, Iran, North Korea, and of course Russia. Any country willing to defend their freedoms, they need to be on Ukrainian side, helping Ukraine with that technology. Because if Ukraine is going to lose this war, God forbid, that technology winner, the technological winner, is going to turn around other countries, and then we're going to be in very big troubles.
Thank you for joining me this evening, Alec. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.